Hello folks, Foxlow here. It's been a while since I've uploaded any videos on YouTube. I just haven't been in the mood to. But I've been playing No Man's Sky recently. I've had about 160 odd hours in the game now. And I thought I'd make this video just on a sort of a tutorial on the best method that I found for farming to make some money. Now this wasn't found out by me. I've watched videos on YouTube and I found one particular gaming channel which I like, and the YouTuber is Gaming Mike. The tips I'm going to show you today is what I found from him. They're not mine, but I've put them to good use, so thank you Gaming Mike. And I'll put a link to his video channel or the video that I watched to get this information. I just want to show you my pathetic base. It was just put together wasn't planned or anywhere. I just threw it together all wrongly to begin with, because this is my first attempt, but I had fun anyway. So there's my base, and that's my good old ship that I got recently. Now the reason I started to want to know how to farm and make some money was because I didn't have the right equipment on my ships. That I managed to find I think 3 crash ships which I got for free, but you're meant to find supposedly these items on ships, which I never did find: warp reactor Tau, a warp reactor Sigma, and a warp reactor Theta. Now I've only got these because this particular ship I found on my last play, when I played this game last, which was yesterday, and these 3 were on this particular ship. I didn't have these before. I don't have the blueprints for these. Now if you don't get the blueprints for these 3, Warp Reactor Theta, that one, and you don't have them on your ship, you can't progress with this quest line that the NPCs give you, because the farming, no, the building, or is it the farming? I think it's the farming one sends you to a planet which is on a green star system. You can't get there without the warp reactor Tau. The scientist sends you to a red star system, and to get to a red star system you need a warp reactor Theta. Now I don't know if the Theta will also enable you to get to green systems. Currently without any of these you can only get to the yellow stars. Now the red stars and the green stars give you better stuff that you can find, obviously, because you need these particular warp reactors. Now you find these warp reactor blueprints, I think, but I've found out so far, on crashed ships by the modules that are beside the ships. I've never yet found one. So the only other way of getting these modules, other than finding them on an already crashed ship or in one of those modules, is to buy a ship that already has them on it, if you don't have the blueprints, which is a pain in the arse, to be honest. And if you want a 48 slot ship and you haven't got these, what's the point? So I started to build the farm to make the money to buy one of the 48 ships. A bit TLDR folks, but that's the reason of the farm. So thankfully I found this, but I can't get rid of these. If I get rid of these, or get rid of this ship, I don't have the warp reactors, so I'm still in catch-22. I've got a 34 slot ship, and the one I had before this was a 35 slot ship, and I had to get rid of that because it didn't have these 3. So I swapped the 35 for the 34 just to get these. Now so I still want to make this money so I can buy a 48 slot ship. Now one 48 slot ship has landed on my pads, and to buy that one back, and he had all these 3 on him, was 137 million units. So yeah, it's going to take quite a bit. But the reason for this video is to show you my method of making the money, and I can do roughly 4.5 million every 20 minutes or so. So I'm going to show you I know it's a bit boring, but I'm just going to show you the process of how to make that 4.5 million. If you watch his Gaming Mike's video, he explains the Mordite farm system a lot better than I could, but you need Mordite, and he explains in there how you get it. So Yeah, I know it's you clicking on another video to watch, but he explains it far better than I could. But the other option, or the other thing you need to know about the trading module that you are given by the farmer, you're given a trading module when you do some of these quests. This, the Galactic Trade Terminal. Now, to get the best price of anything, you need to put that on a wall that gives you the best price options. Now, he explains it well. This is a tip I got from Gaming Mike. He explains the reason you need to find the right wall. When you look at it, when you look at any item, this is just for an example, you see where it's got for selling Mordite on this particular module now, on this particular wall, is plus 5.5% above the galactic average, which is a good price. Now, what I want to sell is the lubricants, which give you the best price as far as I'm aware of one item in the game. It's the most high price item in the game singularly. Now I've got it on this particular wall here at 6.6% above average. Now I don't know if you can get it higher than that. I did go OCD, I made loads of walls and checked out every single wall. And 6.6% is the highest I can get so far. I must have spent an hour and a half making walls everywhere and seeing where I can get the best price, and after an hour and a half, 2 hours, I gave up because I found this one at 6.6, so I settled for that. Anyway, now this is the method that I use to make 4 point something million every 20 minutes. Now I'm going to time it myself as well, but obviously when you're watching the video you can time it. Let me just turn my timer on, hold on. I need to time how long it's going to take, so when I start I roughly know. Sorry guys, I know it's a bit boring, but this is just so you can see. You can flick forward through the weird video and you can see the time, but okay. Right, let's start. Let's hope it's less than 20 minutes. I think it will be. We'll see. So this is how we do it. I've got 88 Mordite plants, and as you can see, there's no trays. This is obviously a bug in the game probably, but as I was building, when I was because I initially did just a few of these plants and then discovered the Mordite farming option because I had some of these in, but then I ran out of memory. I couldn't put any more down. I only had about 15 plants down, I think. But then I found another comment on the internet. Once you put the plants down and the pots, delete the pots and the plants will still grow. And also it gives you back your memory. So if you delete all the pots, you can actually make more stuff for your base. So they'll probably patch that out at some stage and I'll have to rethink everything, but at the moment, as you can see, the plants are growing okay without the pots or the hydroponics, whatever they're called. So that's another tip I found online. That's not discovered by me. But the farming of the Mordite is Gaming Mike's tips, so I've got them from him. And I agree with him that the Mordite's easier to farm once you've got them. And they give you the lubricants, which is what you need to sell. And the thing here is you farm the first batch, then I'll go and make the lubricants from the first batch. After finishing making the lubricants from the first batch, they will have respawned, so you pick the second lot, and once you've done the second lot, then you sell. And that's roughly what it takes, of around about 20 minutes or so. And you get about I think it's 4.4 something million, I think. It depends. Because not every pick is the same, because each plant doesn't always give the same amount. See, that one's got 29. That one's got 21. You see, so they don't always give the same amount. I'm not rushing through this, I'm just going at a normal pace. But it's a good, easy way of making money. As you'll see in a minute. You do have to get to this point of obviously of being able to build a base and having got through the quest line to get this far, to get the blueprints for the recipes for the Mordite. And I'll calculate everything in the video. You'll see how much there is. I'm not much of a maths guy, so I have to use a calculator, the online one, on Windows. I'll show you all that anyway. And you'll see how much we make. Okay, that's the first batch done. Go back to the beginning. There you go, you see they're starting to form already. But anyway, what we do now, we start making the lubricants. I need to get a new mouse. My mouse is so old. I have to double click this sometimes to get that option to work. This bit here, I've got to double click it. Otherwise it doesn't always register. Yeah, I know guys it's a bit boring, but you can always fast forward and see how long it actually takes me. But I just wanted to show the process, to show how long it actually takes. And obviously it depends on how many slots, of course, you've got in your ship and in your exosuit, in how much you can sell at any one time or store. Obviously the more slots you have, the more you can make, and obviously it takes that bit longer, obviously. Oh, wrong one. It's a pity they don't stack on your exosuit, innit? Come on. See in the background there, look, they're starting to bloom. Anyway, now we just transfer all these to the ship. See, they've just popped in the background, look, see? I haven't even finished them yet. Now these are popping because they're the first ones I did. And the other ones in the other rooms will start popping in a minute. I think they take about 6 minutes or so to pop after you've picked them, something like that. I haven't actually timed it, to be honest. We transfer them all. Yeah, what I want to do is completely fill the ship up and then fill the exosuit up and then sell them all. So to do that I need to do 2 runs. With this particular setup here, because of the amount of slots I have. Yeah, my exosuit is fully slotted with 48 slots. My ship's only got 34, but obviously I'm not using 34 for these. I can't remember how many I've got spare because of the modules I've already got on the ship. Oh, come on. See, it doesn't always click on my mouse. I'm enjoying the game. It's very relaxed. And it's nice flying around in the ship in space and discovering the planets. Oh, come on, get the right one. That was a really good tip from Gaming Mike, reference the trading modules. How you put them on a different wall and they give a different price. Quite surprising. Whether that's meant to be that way or not, I don't know. But it certainly makes the OCD of us carry on. I've spent, like I say, hour and a half, 2 hours finding the correct wall, and the highest price I could get was 6.6 above average, so I left it at that. I think that's enough money. That's 41,000 for each unit. It's not bad. See, their base is 39,105, so it's a good markup. Let's just get rid of these lot. And that's it. Okay, now we do farm the second batch. What's that we got? About 10 minutes now, I think, isn't it? Something like that. Obviously, if I planned it better, had them all in the same room, it would be that bit quicker, but I built this space higgledy-piggledy. I didn't plan it initially, but if I start the game again, which I might do, start from scratch, because I want to find out if I actually found any of those modules before and I deleted them thinking they were no use. But second playthroughs are always a little bit better sometimes, aren't they? You know a little bit more by then. I might even do it in survival mode. See what that's like. Yeah, if you planned this properly, they'd all be in the same room. So if I do that, this is all I'll build. I'll just build a Mordite Farm, nothing else. Except for the ones you need, obviously, for the quest lines, but because part of the quest lines you need some of the other stuff. See how they've all grown in the time I was taken to make the lubricants from the first pluck or the first harvest. The more efficient out of you lot will probably know a better way of doing it than this, but oh. And that's it, without the pots in the way, you can walk right through them. That saves some time. I think they'll patch that out, I'm sure they will. Because I don't think they're meant to grow without the hydroponic pots. But for now they do. Oh, that's it, all done. That's it, that's the two harvests. That's all we need to harvest to make 4 million. See, look, they're growing again, look. Anyway, let's get to the machine. Or the trading module. And right, here we go. Gotta make a load more yet. But now we sell them once we made them. Ah. I might have to click that so many times before it will register on this arrow. It's terrible. Whether that's my mouse or it's the game. But I always have to double click that. This little arrow before it will come up. It's something you wouldn't normally put in a video, but again, like I said before, I'm doing it so you see how long it actually takes. Well, me anyway. Okay, put them on the ship to fill it up. Or what? Another thing you need to know when doing this: make sure your ship is near enough to you. Otherwise, you can't transfer it back from the ship to you if the ship's too far from you. You need to remember that. What am I going to do now? Okay, need to make some more. So yeah, you need to note that as well. You can send it to your ship, and the ship send it to your ship when it's far from you, which I find stupid. But you can't get it back from your ship unless it's reasonably close by. And I find that strange in the game, because if you can send it to the ship, no matter how far it is from you, then you should be able to get it back from the ship, but you can't if it's not within a certain range from you. Ship was full now, wasn't she? Yeah. Okay, now we sell them. There you go, you see, 6.6 above galactic average, so that's 41,691 per unit. And I'm going to write these down, because I wonder. Oh. I didn't look at how much that lot was, but it was 1 something million, wasn't it? Yeah, you can back the video, it says 1 million something, wasn't it? So the next batch, let's do the next batch. Let's put the ones on the ship in there. Well, I've got the same amount now, so this amount will be the same amount as the first one. I'll write this down, which is how much? 1,125,000. There's 1,125,679. So that's by 2. 2, 5, 6, 7, 9. I want to add this up to show how much I make. That's that one. Let's put all these in. So this is 3 million already, just doing this lot. You see it's the same 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 9. That's 1, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 9, 3 times. And we can make some more. Oh, come on.
Product constructed. 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 Product constructed.
That's it, all done. Now sell that last batch. And that last batch is 1,209,000. 1,209,062. Sold. And that's it, that's timed, let's see what time that is. That's just over 21, 22 minutes. That's me being a bit slow. Now let's work out how much we earned, shall we? Okay, that total amount came to 4,586,099 units. So 4.5 million in just over 20 minutes, 21 minutes or so. So it's not bad. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.